Welcome back to New York, everybody. Andrew Luck has now been selected by the Colts. The Washington Redskins are now on the clock because this was a pick originally owned by St. Louis, but they swapped their ones. It cost the Redskins a 2 this year, a 1 next year, a 1 after that, but they get to do the following. Pick this man, as announced by Mr. Roger Goodell.
With the second pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Washington Redskins select Robert Griffin III, quarterback, Baylor.
Certainly excitement, if you like that, is coming to the nation's capital for head coach Mike Shanahan. General manager Bruce Allen and the Skins, a team that won only 5 games last year, but interestingly enough, swept the Super Bowl champion Giants. The year before, what they beat the Super Bowl champion Packers. I guess they just got to play championship teams, and Griffin is ready to do that. Will he solve the quarterback problem in year 3 for Mike Shanahan, a young man who was 23-17 as a starter at Baylor? But if you want excitement, plays on the move, and the Redskins need all sorts of that at quarterback. They've really been trying with Coach Shanahan, Donovan McNabb and Rex Grossman and John Beck. Well, now, perhaps, they hope it's all changed, Coach.
No question, and a lot of people don't realize how much pressure is on Robert Griffin. They gave up a lot, the Washington Redskins. I give them credit to go get this young man and address a position where they desperately need help. Remember, this kid runs 4.3 on AstroTurf or grass. I don't care, that's fast. He's a difference maker the way he runs and creates plays. He's a great kid. He's coming from an offense that is totally different than the one he's going to run in Washington. I have a lot of confidence that this is the move that could push the Redskins back into business.
John, I think what led to this was the frustration within that organization of beating the Giants twice this year, had nothing to show for it, beating the Green Bay Packers 2 years ago, eventual Super Bowl champion, nothing to show for it, in a division with Michael Vick, Tony Romo, and Eli Manning. You got to keep up. You're going to be in the cellar year in and year out, even though you have some pretty good personnel at other spots. Look at RG3. 6'2" and 3/8. I don't usually talk about height that often, but 28 of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL are 6'2" or taller. He needed to be over 6'2". He was. You watch him this year, light it up on the deep throws. That's Terrence Williams there. He's my #1 rated senior wide receiver going into this coming season. Talk about the red zone. 64.7%, 13 touchdowns, only 1 pick. John, you talked about the 4.3 speed. He has that hurdling background, more of a straight line guy, but a better pure passer coming out than Michael Vick was. Not the runner, the darter, the change of direction guy that Vick is, but Robert Griffin III can keep the chains moving. He can extend plays, and I'll tell you what, he's got some room. He can go 40, 50 yards for a touchdown in the NFL. Even in college he did it. He'll do it in the NFL as well. RG3 to me, the simplistic offense, that run and shoot type offense, John, you talked about. How quickly will Mike Shanahan adjust to suit what he does best, like Carolina did for Cam Newton, will be critical. Throwing in the much tighter windows, how will he handle that? That'll be important moving forward. And he did it Baylor this year. Had very good talent around him. We're seeing the highlights. We're seeing guys making plays around the quarterback. Aaron Scanaway, the running back, and a pretty good wide receiving core as well.
And let's reiterate, they gave up the ranch to go get Robert Griffin. Remember, they took Heath Schuler in the first round, Patrick Ramsey in the first round, Jason Campbell in the first round, second rounder for Donovan McNabb. That's how much they gave up to get Griffin. 3 1s and a 2, and he comes from a bubble screen, high percentage pass offense. I want to reiterate that. I've never seen more quick, high percentage passes than I've seen at Baylor. Quick screen, bubble screen to the bottom of the screen. Over 30 of those this year. And after they get tired of throwing the bubble screen, they're going to fake that bubble screen, watch the top of your screen, and they're going to throw the ball to the receiver that's blocking and completely fool the defense. Then after doing that for a couple weeks, they're going to throw a bubble screen again to Kendall Wright at the bottom of the screen. And here comes the defense and another wide open score. And then with a game on the line against TCU, They're going to throw a bubble screen to Kendall Wright. He's going to throw it back to RG3. These are plays I don't see the Redskins running. The Baylor offense, as good as it was, is a different type of offense that he's going to learn in Washington.
Well, he's now learned what it's like to be in the spotlight in the NFL, because here he is, drafted 2nd overall. He's in the Bud Light Blue Room with our Susie Culver. Suze?
Robert, 3 generations. What does it mean to have Griffin III on a Washington Redskins jersey?
Oh, it means a lot. You know, it means a lot to my dad, you know, his dad who's passed away. So, you know, taking the Griffin name somewhere it's never been before, you know, I take pride in having that 3rd on the end of my name.
The Redskins gave up a whole lot to get you. You've always been a man with a plan. What's the plan?
You know, the plan is to go in day one and show the veterans that I'm there to work, not for show. You know, a lot of things you have to do in the league are business-like, but I want to show them that I'm all for them. I'm looking forward to winning football games and joining the team.
You're also a man who loves socks. Let's see what you've got in store for us tonight. And not only are they the colors of the Washington Redskins, but it's what your coach, Art Briles, always says. Don't just chase the dream, catch it, right?
Go catch that dream, because a lot of times when you chase something, you never catch it. So if you say, hey, I'm going to go catch my dream, you're already telling yourself that you're going to get it. And that's the message to all the kids out there.
Go get it. Boom.
All right, Susie, Robert, those look like the old Denver Broncos socks from the old AFL a little bit, don't they?